Hi, everyone. Welcome to a very special minisode of Apocalypse Keys. I'm going to have our players introduce ourselves, and then we are going to jump right in. Denver, why don't we start with you?
Hey y'all, I am Denver Grant, she, they pronouns. I'm playing Delphia.
And Steve?
Hello, hi, Steve. I'm playing Screwdriver.
And the last, Amir.
Hi, my name is Amir, and I'm playing Simona, the last elf.
And I am your humble dungeon master, games master. I am your keeper. There's so many different names for people running running these games. I am Arman, and I will be everyone else. Last time, our heroes, in an attempt to to cause an apocalypse on an alternate paper copy of a planet, met with a mad scientist, as well as a paper copy of Simona, a fae who has been sent to help them cause the apocalypse in any way possible. Chaos ensued in many, many major ways, pushing all of our players to the breaking point and beyond. At the end of this chaos, the doctor's lab was destroyed, or at least a significant chunk taken out of it. Reality was warped, changed, and then returned to normal. And our players are separated. All of our characters are separated, with at least one of them believing that the others have perished. And Screwdriver, after having recovered from an self-inflicted existential breakdown, now wakes up to find two factions, two incredibly powerful cult-like factions going to war against each other. We will get back to Screwdriver in a moment. Let's go first to Simona. You are in your special pocket dimension, your tower of isolation. What are you doing?
I think Simona is just sitting cross-legged, analyzing what just happened and what kinds of powers and behavior the paper Simona showcased, and how underpowered, how less of a really good opponent she was in that fight. She was, completely separated from everyone. She was made to feel less. She was made to feel just completely helpless. And she's just staring into the distance, trying to meditate, maybe somehow, and also level up in movement. And she has a new move that is really cool and will help us in this in the coming interactions. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it until Dr. Gino, who is with her in this pocket dimension, wakes up, and then they can start planning things together. If that takes a long time, if they don't wake up soon, she will try to through meditation and some other means take a look at where everyone else is, and if nothing else helps, try to bring them into the tower itself somehow, because she has that power. She can mark ruin and bring everyone there, as we've seen in previous episodes. Oh, you're muted.
That seems like a power through darkness roll. Do you have any tokens you're willing to spend before doing that?
I don't. I've spent all of the darkness, but she might have gotten some darkness tokens back through this narration of mine, and be feeling lonely or rejected in her tower of isolation. I feel that earns her 3 darkness tokens.
I would agree.
And I'll spend 1 immediately on this next roll. So let's see what we come up with. That is a 6. Yeah, there's no helping that. That is a fail.
So right now, you reach out, and things are too chaotic. This world that you're reaching out to, you know that your teammates are at least on this paper planet. The problem is, this planet is fueled by magics you don't entirely understand, and that static sort of interfering with you. The best thing you could do, right now, your options are to reappear in the place that you disappeared from, in the area just beneath Dr. Genome's floating laboratory.
Would Simona feel like? I think she would feel that the Dr. Genome is safe. Our Dr. Genome is safe in the Tower of Isolation on his own, and she wouldn't feel like bad abandoning him.
Yeah, the only other person who could reach this isolation is Raha, your fellow Fae, and she already has a relationship with the Doctor and is unlikely to harm them before the deal is completed.
Okay, I think then Simona would reappear where Screwdriver was. There was some kind of a connection there going on for whatever reason she doesn't understand, so she would just appear.
Right, so you leave your tower of isolation and you reappear to see what has essentially become a battlefield. Screwdriver and Simona, you both see this as 2 armies almost are clashing in the craters of what was once a large theater. You see people in sort of yellowish bronze metallic skin almost, wearing well-tailored suits, attacking an army of Neds. You have already fought off minor armies of Neds yourselves, and you're aware of how challenging it can be. They all have different powers, some of them taken from you. You see Neds with Delphia's elemental powers shooting lightning, fire, ice, and wind. You see Neds with the power of Simona, just folding space away and using powers of darkness and fiery flame to knock suited creatures away from them. And you see a whole other collection of abominations, some with wings, some exploding into poisonous gas, for no 2 Neds quite the same. However, the cyborgs in suits, who have are covered in nanotechnology very similar to your ally Screwdrivers, and they simply reach out and start absorbing the Neds, decomposing them and absorbing them with their own strange nanotech powers. Right now, the battle is on an even keel. They are the Neds have learned enough to begin fighting from a distance, from the suits that are absorbing them, and the suits are absorbing the just enough Neds to keep their side on an even keel. Screwdriver and Simona, what do you do?
Well, she's happy to see Screwdriver because he's back to his full height, right?
Yes.
Yes. And just confirming, my conditions have been reset, or do I still have them?
You hit your breaking point, so yes, all of your conditions have been reset.
Okay, cool. Okay, so are these armies like we see them fighting in front of us, right? They're not like coming at us from both sides, and we're stuck in the middle.
You are, you are basically behind enemy lines. You're the suited nanotech cyborgs are all in front of you. Essentially, it is almost as if they are protecting you from the nets, or at least holding the nets at bay. And Simona, when you appeared more or less right next to Screwdriver. Once you reached the plane, it was easy to see where Screwdriver was and make your way over to him.
Simona would just say, "Is there any reason for us that we need to be here, or do you want to go?"
I don't. I don't think so. There is no. Is everyone else safe?
I have no idea. You're the first one that I came to see. Have Dr. Genome safe and sound, but I have no idea what Delphia and Rose have been through.
Okay, this is going to be a massacre if they fight each other, and I can't do anything about it. I don't think either of us can. So, do we just leave?
I'm feeling pretty helpless right now, and it is not something. Between two armies, I don't feel like is where I want to be.
Fair. That makes sense. How far would you say that the army that's protecting me is? Like the last line of their defense?
I would say you are among them. There are a couple of around you, but they have their backs to you. The moment they are focused elsewhere.
Okay,
but they are aware of your presence.
I want to reach out to one of the ones closest to me and absorb them, with the hope and the aim to absorb their knowledge and to figure out. Like, obviously, I figured out that my counterpart sent them, but I want to figure out what else they know and what else I can learn about my counterpart. Because, like, I think you mentioned earlier that we don't really know much about them because it was radio silence for a while. So, trying to glean more information. I know this is just barely a grunt, so he won't know a lot, but still, yeah.
Go ahead and roll to Unleash the Dark.
Let's go. That's an 8.
All right.
Yes.
Perfect. Wield your darkness with control and ease. Choose 2 from the Unleash the Dark list.
Okay, so let me open it up. I should have had it open. That's my bad.
Hold on. I'll paste it in our chat.
For the streaming audience and YouTube audience in the future, Aman has 5 dogs in the vicinity so far. Maybe more will come soon, and that is the sound that you're hearing while we play.
Thank you for that explanation.
I'm going to take get what you want from them and avoid reprisals, harm, or cost.
All right, this safe option, excellent.
Yeah.
So, here is what you find out. There is what you have absorbed is a part of a group known as the Tech Brothers. They are people who worship and have devoted their bodies, their lives, their minds to a version of you, Screwdriver, the version of you that is on this planet.
And the dogs of war are going off.
Yes. Apologies, listeners, for this, but yes. What you find out, Screwdriver, is that the version of you on this planet has essentially given in to wonders and curiosities and is letting their nanotech start absorbing the world around them. They are currently have absorbed much of Asia and have almost become the continent. Golden cities of brass and circuitry are what is left of the of that city. They are largely empty cities, desolate and cold. Um, they are inhabited by the Tech Brothers, who are who are the only ones given a measure of autonomy to carry out Paper Screwdriver's wishes on the rest of this planet. They have much of the same powers you do, but are extensions of Paper Screwdriver himself. Their will can be taken away at any moment. What their orders are to find ways to take out the other Harbingers, so that this version of Screwdriver can absorb the entire planet and then quickly go on to absorb what they can of the universe at large. You know that the more you absorb into yourself, the more matter and mass that you absorb into your circuitry, the smarter you are, the more knowledge you contain, the more your mind reaches out to the cosmos and can rewrite it as you see fit. Absorb enough mass, say a planet, maybe two, maybe a solar system, you're not quite sure how much, and you will once again become a cosmic god of knowledge. More than that, you can rewrite reality to be anything you want to be, no unintended consequences. You absorb enough mass, you could become a god in every sense that matters. And that is what this copy of you is attempting to do. The only problem is that the other Harbingers are standing in his way, keeping him from doing that. You also find out that part of their mission was to retrieve you, or a piece of you at the very least, and bring it back to Asia, so that the larger Screwdriver can absorb it and re-examine it and understand you better. And that has been done. Someone has taken a piece of you. And while this battle is happening, while the Neds are being fought off, one of the Tech Brothers are rushing away as fast as they can.
Can I get a sense of where they would be? How far he's made it?
Well, they are, all of the Tech Brothers are connected, so by absorbing one, you do have a decent idea of where they're going. They have sort of merged with three other Tech Brothers and have taken to the sky, reshaping themselves to in the form of a large jet.
Fuck. Okay. Simona, we have to stop them. My version of Screwdriver is out of control, and we can. I think we should get back, find the others, regroup, but we need to take him out first. I think he's the biggest threat, and I don't say that lightly because, from what I understood, they've taken over a major chunk of the planet, and there's not much time left.
No, that's new information. Just to make sure that I understand, do we go after the, cyborgs that are flying, or do you want us to go directly to the Paper Screwdriver?
Well, they are flying. They're in the air. So I don't know how accurate your teleporting thing is. So if we do we land on top of them? What do we do there?
We can always try. If you say that you need you need to get to them, I think Simona might be able to get them to us. So yeah, one of her powers of darkness is the just void spells that we've used before to move about and throw things into this array. So I'm thinking like if we can still see them, if Simona can see them, if she can throw them into a void, and then throw them back out and closer to us, that would be great.
While you have been having this discussion, they have flown far enough away that Simona can't see them with the naked eye. That's for sure. Screwdriver, you have a sense of where they are. However, by absorbing, no, hold on. You specifically chose the option avoid reprisals or harm. So when you absorbed this creature, you started to feel that though you could see into its mind, the rest could see into your mind as well. But you were able to block that with your use of powers and precision. I was just about to throw a consequence on you, but then I remembered you specifically requested no consequences.
I don't think the trying to get onto a flying plane is the best option. Right now, it's about damage control. They have what they have, and I can feel him trying to burrow his way into my mind, and I'm trying to block it as well as I can, but I don't know how long I can hold on. So I think the smart play is to regroup, find the others, and then take him out.
Gotcha. Then Simona is going to mark one ruin and follow her people's traditions and respect them to get back into the fairy mound, thrown into the dimensional portal. The keeper will describe how your fortress weakens as more of your people's legacy fades. Though that's something that I don't like, but
the two of you appear there, and every time you come to this tower, this little pocket dimension, this fairy mound, in a shadowy place, you are basically standing on a physical mound that is hovering in a void that is lit strangely, skies with colors you don't quite understand. This time, however, when you appear in the fairy mound, the skies that you look to are the skies you just left behind. You are still in a pocket dimension, but the layer between its reality and the reality you just came from has thinned. You can see straight out into the world. And worse than that, people can see you. They can't quite access the fairy mound yet, but they know where you are. And it's only a matter of time before someone finds a way to get there. You see a host of Neds, a host of the Tech Brothers look up towards you. You see some trying to fly towards you, but as soon as they reach a certain place, they turn insubstantial like ghosts and fly in one end, fly out the other. There are many of these ethereal-like versions of the Neds and the Tech Brothers trying to get to where you are, but unable to touch you. It's as if you are ghosts. Most of the team is here now. You have your version of Ned, who is sitting by Dr. Grayson, worried. You have Screwdriver, and you have Simona. The question is, where is Delphia? And we shall answer that by moving over to Delphia now. You are in the palace of Paper Simona. Let's move time forward by, say, an hour. You've had a little time to recover from the news that all of your friends and allies have perished, and that it is just you and Roz now against the world, against this world. What have you been doing in the hour since to try and recover from the incredibly difficult day this has been?
A lot of breathing exercises, for one.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I would like to actually add a little bit to what happened last time.
Go ahead.
Normally, when in the past, when Delphia has hit her breaking point, and it's been mostly her surroundings that have taken the brunt of the damage. This time, in addition to the surroundings taking the brunt of the damage, pretty much all of her outer clothing has just been shredded. So she is basically standing there in her chemise, in her corset, in her drawers, and in her stockings. Her shoes somehow have avoided the brunt of it, but the rest of her clothing is just basically it's just gone. And yeah, and her eyes have changed a little bit as well. Before, where it was basically like looking into vast expanse of stars, now it's more like if you were to look toward a black hole with the event horizon around it, and there's like instead of like a gold glow from like heat and stuff, it's a green glow.
Ooh.
Her scleras are still dark, but there's just this glowing. Her eyes are basically just glowing rings in a field of darkness now.
You have been mostly left alone. You were taken to a large, luxurious room with gold sheer silks curtains just hanging down from everywhere. A large mirror, a large bed. Very spacious room. It is possibly the most luxurious place you've been in for a very long while. And you are looking at the changes that have happened to you in a large ornate full length mirror. And it's been an hour of you trying to center yourself again, to just mingle a little grief with the need to be okay, the need to get yourself together to figure out what you need to do. And you're wondering what it means that your team is gone. Do you even still need to cause an apocalypse, given that Dr. Grayson's the part of the reason you're doing it is for Dr. Grayson's deal? Is this planet still a threat to you, to the planet that you've come from? And it occurs to you that during this entire hour, you have been alone. Roz, who came to this palace with you, has not been by your side.
Once she's a bit calmer, Delphia will first check in on Ross, see first where they are and then how they're doing. And she's been it's taken a little bit. Once she's calmer, she starts thinking about. She gave her word that she would help Raha. She still intends to do that.
The second you open the door to leave your room, you see one of Simona's two-dimensional Fey attendants looking very strange, just holding. It hurts your eyes to look at. You have no idea how it works, but they're holding up a tray laden with sweets. As they say, it is good to see that you are feeling better. Please lie down. We will, now that you are awake, we will bring you refreshments.
Let's hold off on that for a while. I need to speak with the Lady Simona, please.
The Lady Simona is busy right now. She will attend to you as the moment she has time. In the meanwhile, and another attendant appears. This one three-dimensional. One of Simona's cult members who has um made a home in the palace as again one of Paper Simona's many attendants. She says she is holding a large golden goblet with, you see, this lovely golden liquid inside that smells of honey and flowers, and she holds it up to you and says, "Please, won't you relax? Have a refreshment. This will help you feel better and help you recover from the ordeal through which you have gone."
Very well. Please let Lady Simona know that I would like to speak to her at her earliest convenience.
We will let her know. She is, you are her honored guest, and she looks forward to spending time with you.
Has anyone seen Ross? I need to make sure they're all right.
Roz, your companion, is resting and does not wish to be disturbed.
All right.
Okay. So you head back in. You taste the refreshments. They are. Do you try them? Sorry. They smell amazing. All right. So you try some of the sweets. And there's like this intricate little flavoring of sourness that mingles with the sweetness that sets your senses alive. It's delicious. And before you know it, you look down and you see the entire plate is now empty. You have had them all. Each one of them slightly differently flavored. Each one just a vibrant new experience. And you take a sip of the liquid in the goblet, and it is surprisingly warm. There's no steam that's been rising from this cup, but as soon as you take a sip, it is like having spiced honey tea. It warms you up from the inside, and it sinks into your stomach and then rises up to your chest, to your arms, limbs, to your extremities, and into your mind. You feel this deep warmth, this sleepiness take you over, and you fall. Rest. Screwdriver and Simona, actual Simona, what are the two of you doing?
I have a question about Delphia's condition. Would that count as her being in danger? That she's being knocked out by a sleeping potion?
I would say at the moment, it's the very opposite. Delphia is resting in a large building, just surrounded by people there to keep her safe. I mean, perhaps she's been put to sleep, yes, but she's safe.
Gotcha. Okay. Simona is just running around and seeing if anything else has gone wrong, in addition to the visibility of the fairy mount.
Well, since you are specifically looking for things that have gone wrong here in the Ferryman, you have stored Shadrach the Shadow Hive here, imprisoned them here.
Yeah.
You double check on this because it is very important that something as powerful as Shadrach does not escape. As you are observing this, a single mote of darkness rises from where it should have been imprisoned. And you try to re-imprison it, but it blurs slightly. And when you reach out to touch it or catch onto it, it's gone. You can see it. It's visible there. But it is no longer within the pocket dimension that is your Tower of Isolation. It has escaped out into the paper planet.
Oh, look, we did it. Apocalypse done. We can leave now. Bye.
Yeah, she would share this with Screwdriver. hopefully drops somewhere near the paper screwdriver or the wars that are happening around, and not just in the middle of like a city that is not close to anything horrible going on right now. But yeah, Shandrak is no more.
Shadrach is still there. It is a single mode
It's
of
just
darkness that
it's just okay. I think Screwdriver saying that would make Simona think that it might not be the worst idea to send Shadrach ahead to try and soften the paper screwdriver and just release it in the middle of Asia, or somewhere like the biggest of the cities of the golden cities that have been created. So what used to be Mumbai maybe or Shanghai, and just like let it loose and see what happens. And she would say this to Screwdriver and ask what he thinks.
I think based on how much difficulty I had dealing with Shadrach when we first came in contact with them, I think it is going to be really fucking funny to try and see Paper Screwdriver try to deal with it. Unless, of course, they team up and they decide to fight us together, which, in which case we created our own problems right there. But I feel like it is worth an attempt, worth a shot, really. Because best case scenario, it does what we were trying to do. Worst case scenario, another shithead to fight, right? How bad could it be?
How bad indeed!
So you are confirming, Screwdriver, here on Steve's channel, that you are about to destroy Mumbai with a shadow hive.
Yes, it's already wrecked, right? At this point, it is. I'm just saying it is already destroyed. It is under. I was almost going to say underwater, but that would have been a little bit too close to home. It is basically under. It's turned to the nanobot technology right now. So it's basically like just barren land anyway. So if we send something to cause chaos there, yeah, I think what would be. Could I figure out where, if I'm in the Fey Realm, could I tell where Paper Screwdriver is right now because of the connection, or are we too far?
Well, what you've gathered from the tech brother that you absorbed is that Screwdriver just is most of Asia.
Oh fuck! Of course. God damn it! Why did I have to come up with such creative ideas? Okay. Okay. So I think the smart play, I guess, would be we drop Shadrach in one location and we go to another location to split Paper Screwdriver's forces and attention, so he has to deal with two things at the same time and makes a mistake. I think that should be the play.
Okay. Yeah. That's what Simona will do. I think we talked about this before, and we said that I don't have to mark Ruin to unleash it, to set it free.
No, you do not.
Yeah. So that just kind of happens. She opens the doors with the sign of the division on them and set a interdimensional portal to where we want it to be. It could be in Moscow. It doesn't have to be Mumbai. If we're going to go fight in Mumbai, it can be in, somewhere in Western Asia. So we're on opposite sides of the continent.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever. Like, pick a place. I'm good.
All right. I would say this is something that's going to require you manipulating your tower of isolation in unique ways, as you're opening up a very specific portal to where you need Shadrach to go, and also releasing Shadrach in a way that does not harm yourself, Dr. Grayson, or Screwdriver. So as you unleash an apocalypse-causing creature onto another Harbinger, this could go terribly. This could go fantastically. I am go ahead and roll to power through darkness.
Power through darkness, so it's not unleash the dark. Okay. I will use up both of the darkness tokens that Simona still has. So that's going to be +2. And let's see what happens. That is a 9.
Okay. Choose 2 things from that list.
Oh, but you said this is.
Oh no, that's
power
power through darkness.
Yeah.
Yes. So no, my bad. You use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation for you. Additionally, the keeper may offer you reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with someone.
Nice. What do you offer me?
So here's what happens. You let Shadrach go. The portal opens up, and you see Mumbai, but it's different to your eyes. It looks blocky. It looks pixelated almost. This is, if Mumbai was recreated in Minecraft, this is what it would appear like. There are no colors. All of it is either gold, copper, or black. As circuitry and Screwdriver's unique nanotech runs through this entire city. It is a model recreation of the city. You see little trains moving, you see little cars stuck in traffic, you see planes taking off and then immediately circling once and landing. What you do not see are people. You release these motes of darkness through this portal, and they all flood downwards into this world. Shadows of darkness, clouds. One little mote, however, though you did your best to make sure all of it goes down through the portal, one little mote comes to you and settles right here, right where your neck meets your jaw, and there is a black splotch on your skin as you feel a voice in your mind saying, "Why are you letting us go?"
Simona shivers at this voice, but also with the touch of that darkness on her skin, and says, "You wanted to cause an apocalypse. I am letting you do it. I found a world where you can do as you please, as long as we are on the same side. You can cause whatever you need, whatever you feel like doing on this continent."
We thought we would be here forever. But you were finding a place for us, to be me. I will not forget this. And you have one bond with Shadrach the Shadow Hive.
One bond. Let's
You,
that.
Screwdriver, you watch as these motes descend upon the city. And it's strange to your eyes, especially because you can see the paper, this paper world, as words. But all you see, the only word that you see when you look down upon this vast section of yourself is just a single word: myself. You see the word myself just written over and over and over again, taking off different shapes. You try to read more, you try to understand more, but all you see is just that word, myself. As Shadrach the Shadow Hive descends upon the city, you see the words change from myself to I see you. I see what you are doing. This will not take long. You watch as a cloud of darkness suddenly just hovers and then expands and expands as Shadrach the Shadow Hive looks down and then suddenly strikes as the cloud reforms into a large arm that strikes right into the center of the city. And you watch Shadrach, and you watch Screwdriver as Shadrach changes from pure darkness to words that say darkness. You watch as the shadows twist into paper with black ink written on them that say a mind, 2 minds, 3 minds, darkness, longing, hope, fragmentation, and this shift as Shadrach changes from a cloud of strangers, of immaterial darkness, but something that was real, into something that is now just words, and this effect is slowly creeping up the dark cloud, and then being pulled into the city, into one of the skyscrapers, as the words that were Shadrach now simply become, to your eyes, Screwdriver, the word myself. You see a handful of dark, of what's left of Shadrach the Shadow Hive, scatter to the four winds, fleeing in all directions. Shadrach is broken, scattered, out there. But you watch, Screwdriver, as the word myself reforms into one large winking emoji that repeats itself over and over again throughout the entirety of this recreated Mumbai, before reforming to say, we should talk. Join me.
If Screwdriver had nerve endings and skin and a spine, a shiver would run down it almost immediately. Fuck me. So man, I think we fucked up.
With this,
You think?
with this, the Doomsday Clock ticks forward by 1.
Would I just want to grasp for keys once?
I was going to say the same thing. Same brain.
You know what? I'm gonna have Screwdriver do this one because just because of who is involved here. So Screwdriver, go ahead. What sort of information? I mean, how are you searching for a clue? What are you using to gather information?
The minute that Shadrach tries to escape, or what's left of Shadrach tries to escape, I think Screwdriver is going to reach into that essence of Shadrach and try to glean information about how exactly would Shadrach cause an apocalypse on paper Earth, and try to figure it and try to use that as, because Shadrach's motivations on the OG Earth were different, and it was a different way for them to do it. But on this Earth, how would they do it differently to gain some perspective? I think, if that makes sense.
All right, go ahead and make your roll.
It's a 6. Fuck. I'm gonna spend 1 darkness token, make it a 7.
You cannot spend darkness tokens after you roll, unfortunately.
Oh shit, never mind. I'm gonna spend a bond then. I can spend a bond though, right?
You can spend a bond, yes.
Yes. I have a bond with, it says bond with Jenny. I don't remember who Jenny is.
Here's the thing though. How many bonds do you have?
I have 3, I believe.
Okay, so
One with the doctor,
Jenny,
one with, one with the doctor and one with Jenny. 2.
yes, if I remember right, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny was one of the people who attended to you when you were in isolation at the division. She checked in with you. She was one of the technicians trying to make sure you were all right.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that was season 1. That's why I don't remember. At the end, okay, I remember. Okay, yeah.
In what way did she bring you comfort in that time? That strength that you draw upon now?
I think I'm gonna go back to the roots. During the time that Screwdriver was imprisoned, there was a new Minecraft update. But since Screwdriver did not have access to the internet, he could not get the update, and he was very upset about it. So Jenny circumvented some authority and downloaded the latest version of Minecraft onto a hard drive and plugged that into Screwdriver so that he could access the new version of Minecraft.
All right.
And that was the comfort.
That is, seeing this Minecraft Mumbai reminds you of that moment. It's this moment of comfort, of goodness that happens. Your result has moved from a 6 to a 7. You're gonna have to spend another bond to bring it up to an 8.
Well, it has to be 8.
It has to be at least an 8 for you to because there's no because on a 6, anything below a 7 is the same result. You have more than
right.
You get more than you bargained for.
Fair, okay.
Otherwise, there's no point in spending a bond at all because a 6 is as good as a 7, is as good as a 2 or 3. So since you've spent a bond already, spend one more bond to bring this up to an 8.
Yeah, I have my last bond with Dr. Grayson that I will spend.
Don't you also have a bond with Delphia?
During downtime, I think I spent that, right?
That is for you to track.
Yes, I spent that.
So if it's not on your sheet, then okay. So go ahead and spend it with Dr. Grayson. What is it? What is the memory that you've shared with the doctor?
This was during downtime after we landed on this place, in this place, when we were trying to figure out logistics. No, when that weird thing happened with the people turning around to stare at us when Ross showed up. I think it was during that time. So I was going to think back to Dr. Grayson, not knowing where his friend is, and think about how the first time that they ever met, and the doctor, before they even had a chance to introduce each other or introduce themselves and even have a conversation, the doctor immediately was like, "Oh, I can build you a much better body," and that sense of like immediate wanting to help and being that. Sorry, I had to cough. Being that level of comfort and just like almost like a guide for Screwdriver to figure out how to and using that as a template for when Screwdriver built his own body is what he's going to use.
Okay. So yeah, that brings us up to an 8, which means you, without any consequences, get a key. So you reach out to the fleeing Shadrach. You're using your powers. You connect psychically. And what you see there in that mind is, let's see, what would be most appropriate here? There is a map in Shadrach's mind. It shows that it is something that Shadrach had, that Shadrach received in a brief moment of connection from Paper Screwdriver's mind. It is a map that shows the locations of all four of the Harbingers, the palace that Simona lives in, the most of Asia that Screwdriver has absorbed, the laboratory of Dr. Genome, and the church, or the house of worship, essentially, that Delphia lives. This map has all four of them. And you see that there are two X's that cross out the Doctor and Delphia.
What? Wait, what?
This is what you see.
But this is the paper versions of them, not
Yes.
our.
No,
Yes,
that
yes.
I
We
got.
have
but-
our. Yeah.
No, I just meant
I mean,
like, how is that? Is he implying they're dead? Is he implying they're not a threat? That's
You
so,
don't quite know yet.
Yeah, exactly. So just openly, just processing out loud. He's going to talk to Simona, tell her what they just saw, and I don't know what the X's mean, because didn't we establish, like, I think we figured out that if the Doctor dies, he turns into one of the others at random.
Mhm.
So how would he have
Yes.
neutralized that? And if Delphia is gone, does that mean? No, wait. It said Delphia and the Doctor, right? Or there's a Simona and the Doctor?
Delphia and the Doctor.
Okay. And if Delphia is down, I don't know. Fuck. Okay.
Well, if the Doctor, if the paper Doctor turned into Delphia, and then your version, your paper counterpart, figured out how to stop him from turning into more people, or if the new Delphia wasn't set up to, disappear or turn into a new Harbinger after that version of the Doctor died, then that might be it.
Maybe.
So I'm going to pause
we-
your discussion there for just a moment. This is good. I want you to have it. In fact, I encourage you to have it in our chat separately, because just for the moment, I want to go back to our Delphia. Time has passed. You wake up. You're not sure how much time has passed, but you feel refreshed. As
Sorry, that
wake up.
was feline chaos on my end.
That is okay. A lot of pet chaos all around. So yes, as I was saying, you wake up, you feel refreshed. In fact, if you have you would have cleared all of your conditions out at the last
Yep.
breaking point. But you feel good. You feel energized even. Whatever was in that potion you drank, or that drink you did, really helped clear things up. You feel almost relaxed, but not entirely given the situation. But you feel better, at least. Grief still fills your heart.
Yeah.
And you are currently alone in the room, aware that time has passed. You're not sure how much. There are no windows here. to let sunlight in. There's no way. There are no clocks. There's no way really of telling what time it is.
That doesn't bother her as much as it would have before.
What do you do?
First things first, she's getting out of bed.
Yeah.
And
Good
the moment her feet touch the floor, she begins wrapping herself in cosmic energies to basically make herself some new clothing.
All right. You do notice that in one of the armchairs that are in this room, that there has been a bright, a beautifully crafted robe made of red silk with gold embroidering left there. But you reject that and make your own clothes. What does this look like?
She's gonna take a page out of Roz's fashion book.
Ooh.
And instead of a dress or a skirt and blouse, she's going to make herself an outfit that has nods to some of her past fashion preferences, which for those of you who are just new to this and have no idea what Delphia's past fashion choices were, 1840s nods to that, but she's going to wear pants.
Okay.
And even though she's got her cosmic energy clothing, she's still gonna put the robe on top of it.
Okay. It's stylistically it's a very interesting mishmash of two different looks, but you are making it work. When you open the door to your room, you see that there's a small crowd of attendants here now. There are about 4 of the paper fae who are sort of standing two-dimensionally on the opposite side of the wall as if they've been projected there. You see about 8 attendants just sort of all idly doing different things. Some of them are some of them are crocheting, some of them are reading, some of them are mixing together what looks are sort of sitting on the floor, sort of chopping up fruits and mixing together like little drinks. They're all close together, closely enough that it would be hard to walk past them without stepping on them. As soon as you open the door, the 2 closest to you rise and say, how good morning. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better?
I am, thank you.
Yes. The glorious Simona came by while you were resting, unfortunately. She said that if you were still resting for as long as you have been, clearly you are tired, and we are told that when you wake up, we shall provide you with a meal and encourage you to get back to rest. You have much to recover from.
Thank you very much. Have there been any new developments in terms of the situation here on this world?
There has been nothing. We are keeping an ear out, and many of us are keeping an eye out on the other Harbingers, but so far there is nothing to report.
All right. There's nothing to it but to rest and continue to pay attention and watch and wait.
Yes, exactly. You hear a scream come from up above, from a higher floor. It's muffled, it's distant, but you definitely hear it. Everyone else, however, acts like they heard nothing. they smile and say, we shall bring you your dinner shortly, if you would just head back inside.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And she will move to head back in, listening for when they leave so she can go investigate that scream.
As soon as you enter and you listen at the door for when they leave, no one is leaving. They are sat down there. The only thing you hear are footsteps coming towards you, a knock on your door. A tray of meats and fruit is handed to you, and the person who brought it to you joins the other 8 attendants outside. So now there are about 10 people just crowded outside your door.
She will ask about that scream that she heard.
And one of the attendants just sort of blinks at you, and says, "I'm sorry, we heard no scream."
Perhaps I'm imagining things.
It's given all that you've been through. That is very likely. Another scream, this one that is cut off midway, very quickly, happens from about the same location. Again, none of the attendants react at all.
Do you know if Lady Simona has a library I might be able to peruse?
She has an extensive library. Just tell us what you're interested in reading, and we will bring you a selection to your room, so you don't need to go all the way over there.
I think it would be best if I were to stretch my legs a bit.
The most glorious Mona has suggested you remain in your room and rest until she is ready to see you. This time you hear a scream. You hear words as you hear a voice says, "No, no, not her! Take me, God damn it!" And then 2 screams at once, again, quickly cut off.
Do I recognize any of the voices that I'm hearing?
You do not. It's been, the first one was a male voice, the second one a little harder to tell, and the third voice was female. And then when 2 voices came at once, it's hard to tell. It was just, there was more fear than pain if you had to identify the emotion, but as for the people, no recognition.
Okay. At the very least, please let Roz know that I'm awake.
We shall.
I would very much like to speak with them at some point.
Of course. We will let them know immediately.
Thank you. And Delphia will return to her room. Is there a desk in the room?
There is, yes.
Okay. She is going to seat herself at it and start. I'm assuming there's paper or something to write on.
One of the drawers has like a little just a couple of just leather bound notebooks, and there's a quill and a little ink pot.
Okay, she is gonna start writing down what she knows about this world, what she knows about the Harbingers of this world. She's also going to start writing down what she knows about her friends, her late friends.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, as you were writing, in this room it is more muffled, but now that your ears are a little more attuned to it, you will hear another scream. They happen every couple of minutes. Very, very quiet, but always cut off in the middle, as if they've been quickly silenced.
And Delphia is pretty sure she knows why, or at least how it's happening.
Hmm.
But she is writing things down so she can begin formulating a plan on how to deal with the paper doctor.
All right.
She has the beginnings of a plan.
Okay, you've got
Like-
the beginning is the plan. You're starting to work.
Like 10% of a plan.
That's how you start. All right. As you are sitting at the desk working on your plan, Screwdriver and Simona, do you leave the portal open for above the skies of Paper Mumbai?
I don't think that Simona would even consider it for 1 second.
Mhm.
She would close the portal immediately.
Okay.
And I was looking over the keys, and I still don't feel. I think Simona is confident enough that she would feel if Delphia was in any danger, and immediately know how to find her. So she would be able to. She would find the time to actually look over the tome that we picked up as soon as we got to this place. And
Right.
that is one of the keys that we have, the cracked, dusty tome describing an ancient ritual. Because we need some rituals now. Because
Uh-huh.
Shadrach is just gone. He's basically powerless. And we had our asses handed to us for the last 2 sessions. So, yeah.
So you're sort of looking through this book, trying to better understand the ritual that is here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This seems like it is going to be a grasp for keys. You're searching for information for clues.
Sounds good. And I don't have any darkness. Let me just check if I can get some, though. She has the condition cornered right now. And she is feeling cornered. That's why she's picking up the tome, because she doesn't know what to do. She tried one more thing, to keep everyone as safe as possible for the time being. But she doesn't have that, so she has one more thing that she can try. And I think that means embodying the condition of being cornered. And I will take 3 darkness. And I will spend 2 immediately to roll this grasp for keys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's gonna be +2. That is an 11.
Of course. Okay,
Of course.
so hey, you spend extra darkness tokens, things get a little overpowered.
You can,
Okay.
yeah.
So you uncover a key, but there's a significant complication, cost, or fallout, and the keeper will tell you what it is. Alright, so you look towards the ritual, and the ritual describes creating items of power. One of the items would essentially, it is about the creation of a crown of power. This crown, when forged, would allow one to essentially unleash the powers of an Omen class monster, as you've come to understand them over your years working with the division. It wouldn't allow them to control the person. essentially these powers would be taken from an Omen class monster and could be used independently of that person. The powers could be used even if the person cannot be controlled. In fact, the crown allows you to take these powers and absorb them into yourself. There is much that comes into with the creation of this crown. It requires your soul to essentially fragment. You are not entirely yourself. For each new power you take, your soul splits a little more and gains an entity, an awareness of its own. To be able to even use the crown effectively with multiple powers would mean to essentially be a hive mind of different personalities.
Mm.
Which is when you feel right where your jaw meets your neck. It's been a cool, cold little spot there while ever since it joined with you. Suddenly there's a little tingle of warmth, and you see in front of your eyes a mote of darkness detach from your neck and leave this tower of isolation.
Oh dear.
You are aware of this crown of power. So
So
is
it's
Shadrach the Shadow Hive.
As that Simona is just stunned and tells this screwdriver, and I don't know how Shandrak might be able to build this crown, but now we've unleashed that into the world.
Probably should have sent him after the doctor instead, I guess. Okay. We are still in the Feymound place, right? Where, okay. I did a thing last session where I got 5 ruin, or 5 ruin. So I took a ruin move, and it is called Knowledge is My Soul. And it basically it's you've learned how to traverse the spaces between dimensions and glean information from many dimensions. When you seek information in this non-space, spend darkness tokens and roll. So it doesn't really say roll what,
Okay.
but yeah.
It means roll 2d6.
Okay.
That's what it always means.
Cool. That is good to know. So the vibe right now is that it's similar to the previous thing, but Screwdriver is trying to ascertain what is the best way to take out his counterpart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm going to roll a 2d6.
Before you roll, though, are you spending your darkness tokens?
I will spend 1.
Okay.
And okay, cool. That's a 6 with the +1.
Oh. And you only have 1 bond left, right?
No, I don't have any left. I miscounted.
You don't have any left. All right. Well, you would need at least 2 bonds to bring it up to something successful. What happens instead, however, is that the dimension comes alive and leaks violently into the world. Keeper tells you what happens next.
This is great.
So, what happens is that you were in. The world is a tricky thing, tricky phrasing when you guys are in so many different other dimensional spaces. However, you summoned this. You made this move while you were in the pocket dimension of the Tower of Isolation, which means in midair you watch as a cut opens up into this darkness, and you seek answers. This is a void that is similar to the space that never was, your fellow agent never was, goes into, where it branches off into places that could have been or should have been, but all of them never have. It is a place of potential. And as you reach out, thinking about your counterpart, you reach out, and you're almost into a world where, much like this one, but one where you defeat your counterpart quite handily. You're trying to reach into that world and see how you did it, when suddenly the darkness of this dimension looks right back at you. Little eyes start popping up. Just dozens of them. And then they all coalesce into a shape, into a large hand that reaches out and tries to grab you. Screwdriver, what do you do?
Simona, I fucked up again. Oh no. Shit.
By the way, you are going to get 4 darkness tokens for reaching out with curiosity into a place that you shouldn't.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
I mean, as soon as anything starts reaching into Simona's dimension, she has the sword out, and she's going to try and cut off the hand as quickly as possible.
Go ahead, Simona, and roll to unleash the dark.
Yeah, that's going to be +1 because I only have 1 darkness. 6. So I'm going to use up 2 of my bonds. I have bonds with the bond with Shadrach still existed, even though that thing left, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna use it up because it's gone. Let me just delete that quickly, and I'll use. I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really have. I only have 2, and one is with the public, with like the paper humans that are still around.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have one more. I have one more. I have +1 with the darkness. So yeah, with what the darkness demands of me. So let's use up that one. Let's make that an 8. Just cutting off the hand that was reaching in from beyond.
All right. So you cut down the hand that was reaching out towards Screwdriver, which frees space for the other arm that flies on through, just as the gap to this dimension destroys. So you've destroyed one hand, but there's another one out there now reaching for Screwdriver, floating in this place. Screwdriver, what do you do now?
I'm going to reach out my own hand, try to link hands with it and absorb it.
Okay, go ahead. This is Unleash the Dark.
Yeah, and I'm going to spend 2 darkness tokens.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's a 9. Let's go, finally.
Perfect. All right, choose 2 things from the list of Unleash the Dark.
Okay, perfect.
As you wield your darkness with control and ease.
I'm gonna confuse it for some time. No, actually, I'm gonna get past the defenses and inflict a condition, and avoid reprisals, harm or cost. Of course, I have to take that one.
Okay, what condition are you inflicting?
Can I pick anything, or is it like from a list?
I'm going to say in this, since this is an NPC, you can choose an emotion or a condition that you'd like this
Okay.
this being, this hand to feel.
I would like to trigger its fight or flight response with giving it flight. Can I do that?
All right. You can do that. However, it does fly away from you, out into the sky. However, it reaches it goes. How far does your dimension extend, essentially, Simona?
I was thinking about that. I mean, it is from the real Earth, and we're on the paper Earth now. So I technically have access to both because I'm here, and also because I'm from the real world. So,
But yes, your specific tower of isolation. Where does it go to? Is there like, does it go into like a vacuum? Is there like a finite boundary to it? Are you aware?
I think that's how it goes. Like it is just in a void because of her powers of darkness. That is the void spells. I think everything else is a void, and this is just inside that void.
All right. So the hand disappears into, even though you can see the skies. Still, with the doctor's lab, those guys, that's still what you can see through here. You see the sky, the hand sort of fly away and disappear as it rushes away. And you, Simona, feel a shudder of fear that is not your own. This partially sentient dimension is hiding in the dimension you've created for this tower of isolation. This dimension that you create for your tower of isolation, at the moment it is no longer entirely your own. It is afraid of you. Or at least part of it is. However, you are now safe from the hands. And as as you are recovering from that moment, we check in on Delphia. You have been writing out a plan. How are you feeling about it now?
Delphia would definitely like some feedback from Paper Simona on this, because it does concern what could happen to her if things go wrong. And she would rather have a contingency plan in place just in case.
Sure. Okay, you've got this ready. What do you do now? The screams above you in this time have stopped, incidentally.
Delphia was so focused on forming her plan that she eventually tuned the screams out.
That makes sense, yeah.
But she will head to her door and see if there are still people outside.
There still are. In fact, 2 more people have joined them now. And they're each one of them are sort of holding like these tall golden staffs with dragons on the end. The eyes that seem to be burning.
Could someone please let Lady Simona know I have a few ideas that I'd like to discuss with her regarding dealing with our mutual problem?
Of course. Lady Simona, the glorious Simona, said that she would be joining you as soon as she is free. So, she will be coming right here. No one else makes a move. There's just one of the attendants standing in front of you, as the rest are sitting down or leaning against the walls in the hall immediately outside your door.
And this also concerns Roz, so I would like to have them present for this meeting as well.
Of course. The Roz is with the most glorious Simona right now, and someone sort of with an elbow just sort of hits this attendant in the shin, and hisses air. As the attendant who's speaking to you shakes her head and goes, "Apologies. What I meant is that one of us will send for Roz as soon as the most glorious Simona comes to your room."
Very well.
In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying your rest.
I have been, and I have, as I said, I have a few ideas that I've been mulling over, but I need more information about the other Harbingers before I can fully formulate a plan.
All right. The most glorious Simona shall join you again as soon as she is available. Please, back into your room.
Very well.
Mm-hmm. As you speak, you see two more people join this already large group. These two people also holding large staffs with dragons on the end with burning eyes. The people who are holding the staff look a little less friendly than all of the people that are standing outside. They have like a sort of a watchful, stern expression on their face.
Delphia will nod at them and then return to her quarters for the time being.
As you enter, you hear a click from your door, and thunk of a deadbolt, and you realize that you have been locked in.
Well, now I'm just annoyed.
What do you do?
I'm going to examine the lock and see if I can manipulate it in a way that they think it's still locked, but I know it's not.
I mean, it would take you a while to do it. I'm going to say it's possible, but the problem is that there's a deadbolt on the other side of it, and there's no way to manipulate something that low tech.
Mm. Okay, then I'm going to, since I've got the alpha and omega thing going on,
Okay.
I'm going to telepathically ask Paper Simona, why are you so afraid of me?
All right. So good burn. Oh, right. Yes, you share feelings.
And thoughts.
Yes. So this is a connection you've not really taken advantage of while you've been waiting. You've been patient. You've been kind. As you feel, as you reach out, you feel her emotions start to leak into you a little more clearly. The first thing you feel is like this great pride and vicious satisfaction. But the moment you reach out with the question, what you feel is irritation. As her voice responds in your mind, "Not afraid of you. Of course not. You are an ally, a valuable. I'm just a little busy."
Then why have your followers insisted on locking my door?
They're there to keep you safe. The irritation spikes.
Very well, but I would appreciate a bit more leniency and a little more freedom.
There is not a lot of freedom in a world that. Excuse me, I'm a little busy right now. And you feel the connection start to close off, or at least you feel her attempt to close off the connection, but that's not how this works. This is something that you've created, and now you're feeling impatience and a sense of mercilessness that is again tinged with pride. Do you want to? Yes. You were.
I have I have a question because my new move, tragedy will not claim another, specifically says when a PC or NPC is in peril. Would Simona feel that Roz was in peril?
Ross is very definitely not in peril.
Not in peril. Gotcha. Sorry if I interrupted something, but yeah, I just wanted to
That's
double
fair.
check.
Don't worry, that it's a fair question given the very useful ability you have to just teleport to anyone who's in peril. Let's see. So, yes, Delphia, you what are you doing at the moment? You could reach out to the bond and try and pick up more specific thoughts, or even see. Let me just check this move a little bit. I want to see what it fully allows you to
I
do.
could drag her in to talk to me if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could do the other part of that, which is to change a small but significant aspect of our shared fate.
Okay.
Which I am going to do.
How so?
I am going to make it so that an aspect of whatever Paper Simona is planning cannot succeed without my assistance, willing assistance.
Oh.
And that gives me one bond with them and one bond with what the darkness demands of me.
Now you feel that what does the darkness demand of you again?
The darkness demands of me to either never fall in love or to serve the most powerful harbinger of the apocalypse.
Right. Okay. So,
So, in order for Paper Simona's plan to succeed, like I said, it requires my willing assistance,
mhm.
which would make her closer to becoming the most powerful harbinger.
She is aware of you doing this, and now you feel fear. You feel her feelings of feeling cornered. And above you, you feel a rumble. And then there's a blast of fiery energy as a crater just minor explosion in your room. You are safe, but you feel the heat of it. And you see standing in the center of this crater, her eyes sparking darkness and lightning. There, you see Roz is there, and they look at you as they say, "What are you doing?"
Ensuring your survival.
Simona has been doing just that.
I happen to know a few things about some of my former comrades' abilities, but should I be able to access those, I might be able to prevent Dr. Genome from causing you any additional harm. But I need access to Screwdriver.
It's not always about you. You no longer need to protect me. And as they speak, flames are going down their arms. Simona has been showing me what you've been holding me back from all this time.
Did Simona also explain to you about the costs that can come with that, Ross?
I'm well aware of the costs, and they are costs I'm willing to pay. You never told me that I could absorb people, I could consume them, and become more powerful still.
You also have to live with the guilt of knowing that those people that you absorb were people just like you who wanted to live.
These people on this fake earth do not matter. And as they speak, as they say that last word, just a gust of air shoots out, and you have to take a step back as it hits you. We are here to destroy this world, are we not? What do
We are
individual
here to
lives
cause an
matter?
apocalypse so Raha can take this world for herself. I will not destroy this world in its entirety as much as I would like to.
Yes, but destroying the world means people will die, and if people are going to die, we might as well become more powerful for it.
You are not the first to say those words to me, Roz.
I may just be the last.
Or you could just be the seventh one I've had to destroy. I would rather not destroy you, Roz.
You have never faced anyone who has been given the powers, who has absorbed the power that I have. And with that,
a fraction of my power.
and I look to gain many fractions more, and they will rush towards you, reaching out their hands outstretched.
I am going to use I Am Your Destruction, which is one of my surge moves.
Yes. I will say, this is very much, you being in peril. So we will come back to you later, in just a moment, Simona. Tell us about this move.
It's one that I took when we got an XP advance. I had enough XP to do this. It says, you hold on to your power with an intensity that would break most souls. You are always a single breath from shattering under the pressure. When you allow your power to surge and cause great collateral damage, ask the Keeper what catastrophic destruction you cause. Choose two. One of them is you permanently gain an aspect of the Harbinger's power of darkness. The Keeper will tell you what it is. Mark 1 ruin. The power within you surges to give you visions of the past, present, or future. Uncover a key and draw a line between that key and the faucet of the mystery on the mystery map. Declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery. You protect the one person who matters most, gaining one bond with them, or you use the destruction to reshape your environment, creating a golden opportunity or a fleeting moment for an ally. Gain one bond with them. Yeah,
Which
I am going
you-
to let my power surge.
Okay.
And that will actually also give me a couple of darkness tokens.
Mhm.
So
I will tell you what destruction you cause. Just tell me which of those 4 options you choose first.
I am going to use the destruction to reshape the environment, creating a opportunity or fleeing moment for an ally. And I'm going to permanently gain an aspect of the Harbinger's power of darkness. Which puts me at 5 ruin again.
Okay. Let's see. You permanently gain. Let's see. Choose 2. Okay. Wow. This is a powerful move. Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the aspects you get of your is that you are now able to absorb life itself to increase your powers further. And you do not have to be connected to a person to do it. All you need to do is be in the vicinity of the person. You can absorb their life and add their power to your own. And for the second option, let's see. You create a golden opportunity or fleeting moment for our ally. Alright, so you explode outwards. You will destroy all of the attendants that have been waiting patiently outside of your door in a flash of fire. Explodes outwards, knocking Raws backwards as they slam into the wall before the wall burns to ash. The 2 of you fall onto the floor below into the hallway where you first entered this place. And Raws is taking a moment to shake themselves off, which is exactly when Simona appears out of thin air.
She just drops down like a superhero, landing in between Roz and Vilfia, taking the whole situation in. Stands up, sword outstretched, and in one hand, barring any kind of way between the two. Is Paper Simona in this place as well, or she's not?
Not at the moment, no.
Not yet at the moment. And she's just going to open the dimension portals between the Fairy Mound and this place, allowing Screwdriver and hopefully Dr. Grayson Gnome, who is maybe up now, possibly for the next session, to land in here as well and join everybody.
All right. So as as you all fall into this space, Screwdriver, you see, Delphia, you see those you thought dead rejoin with you as Ned carries an unconscious Dr. Grayson into this space as Simona, your Simona, enters, and Screwdriver there, alive and well, ready to defend you, to help you against the person you thought you could trust the most. As Roz, raging, looks to re-enter the fray.
And I've chosen new ruin move. I've taken a move from another playbook.
Okay.
The playbook I took from was The Found.
Okay.
Crowned by Dream, Exalted by Nightmare, which is a fun one.
Mm-hmm. You turn dreams into dangerous weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ruin and choose whether it is a physical, emotional, dark, or a weapon made of pure nightmare.
It is going to be, this time, it is going to be a physical weapon.
Alright. Others can interact with it and pick it up. It can be physically destroyed. What does the weapon look like?
take a cue from Maisama, make a sword.
Alright, a big, large sword appears in your hand as you face down Roz. Roz is going to rage and just counteract that with making 2, 3, 4 large swords made of fire, made of lightning, made of the sheer sharpness of the cutting winds itself, made of ice, hover in the air above them. And they pointed down at the lot of you, saying, "You are not a match for my power anymore."
Delphia just sighs. And she is going to embody viciousness. And she is going to attempt to absorb Roz.
And I think that is where we shall end today's session. As you reach out and attempt to absorb the person you were hoping would be your successor.
And I'm going to take a couple more darkness tokens. So that puts me at 4 dark. That puts me at 4 darkness tokens. So
that we're going to have an explosive beginning to the next session.
We need the darkness tokens.
Thank you all for joining this quick Minisode as our split characters reunite after learning some very important things about the world. Outros. We'll start with you, Denver, and then Steve, and of course our last, Emir.
Hi y'all, I'm Denver Dendinius on Blue Sky, and I played Delphia the Surge.
Steve.
Hello, hi. Steve, playing Screwdriver. Finally on Blue Sky now, because fuck Twitter. Trying to get that stuff set up. So I'm going to change all of the links for people who want it to be changed to Blue Sky because it's the least I can do. But yeah, this was fun. I had a really good time failing and succeeding. And I might have a plan for how to destroy Paper Screwdriver. It might or might not involve something very obvious that we will deal with when we come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have been Arman Babu, your keeper for this series. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon as the clock to the apocalypse ticks ever closer. Thank you.
Amir, Amir,
Oh,
go.
and Amir,
yeah,
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Well,
I'm Emir. I'm Pasanov most places. Not active on Twitter either. But yeah, you can look me up everywhere on social media. And
Trust me, you don't want to be. They changed it so you can't opt out of AI farming content.
Fuck that.
All right. We'll see you when we come back. Couple of weeks, something. Pantsless Tables will be back tomorrow with a quick one shot and other things. But yeah, we're gonna go. All right.